I realize I might be the problem. I do. But also, everyone else is still an idiot. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the I Might Be the Problem Show podcast. I am your host, Kelly Morton. I thank you for coming back. It's going to be a fun one today. No politics. So if you are here for Trump jokes or nuclear fusion related content or nuclear fusion jokes, you are in the wrong place for that. But what we do have is much, much better. I should mention also, we are on YouTube now. You can find us on YouTube at I Might Be the Problem under podcasts. You'll see our logo that you see everywhere you find our show. The only thing about being on YouTube is that we do not actually have tube for you. We don't have any video for you to watch. And we're doing this on purpose. There's a lot of podcasts on YouTube now, and some of them are really great. But one thing about this show that we wanted to preserve was the radio authenticity of it. And we think that some things are better just to listen to and to imagine. And I've looked into putting on videos, but quite frankly, YouTube doesn't need another guy sitting in front of a monitor and a camera with his Shure podcaster's microphone in front of him that they all get on Amazon for $149 and some background with a lamp and a shelf. And there's just so many of those. So, and I couldn't think like, what could I do visually that would be better than your own imagination? And the answer to that was nothing. So even though we tried to make an episode with some video content for you, we won't be doing that anymore. It doesn't add to the show. And I'll give you an example why. We just did an episode where Smokey Bear gets deported. Like Smokey Bear gets deported in the episode. It's a character sketch. Had I made a video to go along with it, it would not nearly be as funny. Not even close. But because I did not make a video with it, you can imagine it better just through the character voices and the characters that pop up in it. So it's just funnier that way. So I didn't want to ruin it by making you see it the way I see it. And I don't want the visuals to take away from the story itself and the writing of it. Because sometimes you write something that's so good, but if you're just put up a visual with it, they don't really appreciate how well done the story is because they're mesmerized. And I feel like sometimes people put up videos of things because the writing and the actual content is so fucking terrible that they have to entertain you and bedazzle you with constant graphics and constant slides and shit. And I know that this show will survive just fine without all that. We did another episode like where the guy is driving his Kia Soul. By the way, let me just mention, in case you haven't heard, Kia Soul drivers are bad people, and they are the worst drivers in America. But yeah, we did an episode with a Kia Soul driver driving his car, and there's a Pokemon heads-up display on his windshield. It's for Pokemon Go, and instead of driving his car, he's playing Pokemon Go on his windshield, which is why he drives so bad. Now, that sounds funny right off the bat. However, if I had made a video of that, not so funny. What's funny is the content itself, the idea itself, the sound effects, and the voices that go along with it. So I do appreciate you watching the show. If you're on YouTube, that's great. I'm trying to make it as visually appealing as possible, but we are going to stay true to it. We're going to keep it just as a showcast, just as a podcast, just as a radio show, and I hope that's good enough for you. Please be good enough. The thing I was going to record, though, is we are going to show you a bunch of vintage television commercials that were very funny, mainly because they're sexist or racist in some ways. But that was the video part that we were going to do on our first video episode on YouTube that we're not going to do. So anyways, if you want to see, videos of sexist videos and racist videos from TV commercials in the 50s and 60s, just Google it. Just Google it. I'm not going to do it anymore. I've decided against doing this. Now your question is, well, what the fuck do you do? What do I do? What do I do? Speaking of bad television programming and terrible YouTube content, is there anything more just fucking awful to watch than wall-to-wall, minute-by-minute, all-day coverage of a state visit from another country's dignitary or king to ours? I mean, holy shit. It is unfucking watchable, and all the stations cover it. Like it matters to anyone, anywhere at all. I don't know anyone who's sitting around flipping through their channels or their streams or on their phone and even pausing for 1 second to watch King Charles or anyone like him go anywhere to do anything. Like we're all supposed to just sit and be in awe of this. Like, oh, I mean, I'm busy. I don't have time for this.
And here's the king of blah arriving at yada yada to visit Yemenu. Oh, there's them in the car, driving, sitting in the car, arriving at wherever, getting out of the car that's spotless, that they did not pay for, nor could they fathom how it operates. And there they are, wearing their finest ceremonial clothing, also provided for them. Let's pause here in complete silence to hear the live music and the hoofs of a rare horse tapping on pavement it should not be on. This dead air is really, really something. Just look at them standing. Oh, and here they go, ready to meet their overseas counterpart, who is somehow free on a Tuesday morning, and really for the rest of the day. Oh yes, there they are together, the two privileged people, the elites, the powerful, as we shall see them as, hence the all-day coverage. They are now shaking hands. This is really incredible. He is with his wife, who is indeed a bitch, as all wives are in this class. Now we will watch them stand for photos, because live video isn't enough. We must have stills captured for somebody, somewhere, who will surely also not give two fucks. Let's all sit together and admire the two wealthy, polished, most likely pieces of shit talking to each other with their mouths. Oh, okay, now we will follow them inside. Here they all now sitting at a table, somehow with even more pieces of shit and total bitches conversing. We don't have audio of them conversing, but we can assume that they're going to be talking about how they are going to the poor and enrich themselves. Now they are laughing, so that confirms that is indeed what they are discussing. Okay, yes. The press has now been asked to leave the room, so they can laugh and fart openly and conspire against their own countries in privacy and peace. We will monitor the situation. After this, they will enter a dining room you can't go to and will never see in your life.
You know, it's just like, hey, can you keep the kids down? Hey, keep the kids down in there. We're trying to watch fancy people. Hey, Tom, stop working on my AC. I want to see what kind of necklace she has on. Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on in your house? You're watching it?
Okay, yes. They are now going to the formal dining room to feast on lamb, drink fine wine, before entering the parlor for tea. Again, none of those things they paid for. And after their required 5-hour nap from this pageantry, which they must be exhausted from, they will return in different clothing for more hobnobbing, feasting, secret planning, and discreet flatulence. What a sight this has been! The king and queen of blah blah blah, and the president of yama yama, enjoying the day filled with wealth and privilege. Aren't you glad you're watching? Oh, do you have to get back to work now? You can't watch the entire 8 hours of this shit? Wow.
So one thing I noticed lately, and you've noticed, is AI. God damn, AI is doing everything. All of it. And I'm looking around and I'm like, is this where we're fucking headed? Are we headed to where I don't think anymore? Because I use AI ChatGPT so much that it reminds me when I first got GPS. I knew how to get to where I was going, but I would put in the grocery store and just follow its directions, even though I already knew the best way. I know there won't be traffic at that time of day. I know the shortest route, but I just stopped thinking for myself and let the GPS do it. And now I feel like I'm doing that with AI. Instead of just kind of mulling something over for a long time, I just run to it and I even tell it, talk to me like I'm stupid. That's what I say to it. Talk to me like I'm a child and explain to me so I don't even have a split second of confusion where I have to work out the problem myself in my head. And it does it. So now instead of thinking of an idea or something I need to learn how to do and running into issues and running into problems and having to think my way through it, I just tell it to not let that happen to me. And it doesn't. It talks to me like I'm stupid. And I'm not stupid. But sometimes it takes me a while to understand something. Everybody learns differently. So I guess that's where we're headed. AI is just going to do everything, going to do all of our thinking for us. And I say that's where we're headed, but I feel like that's where we already are, and it's just getting started. I've been seeing post after post, short after short, reel after reel of AI-driven content, AI entertainment. And I used to wonder how many people are making these things, all this content. Who's making all this? How is everyone so fucking good at making videos all of a sudden? It seems like everybody's an expert. Perfect audio, perfect caption placement, all these clips. Where do they get all this stuff? Things that would take a person hours to do. How are they getting so much attention? And how are they producing so much? Well, the answer I found out is they're not. They're not doing it. Most of it, of what we see on YouTube and Facebook Reels and TikTok, are just generated from AI sites that even suggest what content we should be producing. All those videos of your favorite stand-up comic that just keep popping up over and over, AI. All those videos that have your favorite TV show clips, bunch of Seinfeld clips just randomly pop up, AI. AI suggested it, AI wrote it, AI found the clips, AI edited it, and AI published it. They got all these ones, places to visit, how to slash costs, where to invest, all the way down to the top 10 foods you should avoid and top 10 foods you should be eating. AI, E-I-E-I-O. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of sites now, all AI driven, that you literally type in whatever idea you have, even if it's very bad, even if it's unwatchable, unlistenable, and it makes it all for you, all of it. From your stupid fucking idea all the way to hitting publish, it'll do it. But it's weird because it goes even further. It's not even your idea anymore. The apps themselves create the idea, ask if you want to do it, helps you do it or do most of it, and then publishes it for you. That's why there's so much of what they're calling slop everywhere. Just AI slop, just generic, uninteresting, time fillers, nonsense things to watch, to stare at. And I used to think, who the hell would go through the time to put together videos about 20 things to do when visiting Oklahoma City? Maybe one person, maybe two, nope, thousands. You can find hundreds of videos about something as dumb as that and boring as that. Because everybody thinks that if they get AI to do the work for them, they can just stay home and do nothing and they're just going to rake in big money. But YouTube's onto that. These sites are cracking down on this kind of generated material that isn't personal, which is good. It's good. Because why I hate about it is it clogs the feed. It pushes out content. People-produced shows made by artists who have lived a fucking life and want to tell you about it. To break through their video out of AI and through AI is nearly impossible. It takes months and years because the AI knows what the AI wants. And so the AI knows what the algorithm on YouTube wants. Their computer and YouTube's computer or anybody's computer, they're in cahoots to put out what the computer wants first, faster, more frequently. Now, do I have like data to back this up? No, but you can tell, I can tell. I mean, you're tapping along on your phone, just kind of waiting around, killing time, and then suddenly a video pops up that no one asked about, certainly not you. But there it is. Top 10 things to do when visiting the Netherlands. The best barbecue in Canada. Like, what the fuck? The greatest road trip stops in Italy. Make a video about that. Do like a top 10. You put the picture on there. Make sure the font is yellow. Put a little arrow, a bended arrow pointing to something that's bullshit, that has nothing to do with it. And yeah, people will click on that. And you'll be watching. And if you watch one of these things for more than a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, or you lay your phone down or anything like that, next thing you know, it's the same topic. Top 10 things to do in Italy. Top 10 things to do in Germany. Top 10 things to do in London. And then it'll go geographically around the world as you go. Top 10 things to do in Scotland. Top 10 things to do in Ireland. Oh, let's cross. Top 10 things to do in France. 10 things. Next thing you know, top 10 things to do in your own house. Like, what the fuck? Did I go all the way around the world? So, how do we control it? Because if you think your job is safe right now, there's a really big chance it isn't. It's just a matter of getting around to firing you for most of these companies. When you're at work, here's a good example. When you're at work and you have a laptop and you're trying to coordinate something important and it takes years of experience to get that good at what you do, tick-tock, 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 they're coming for you. If you are in human resources of any kind, human resources, tick-tock, 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 they're coming for you. Legal work, get this one, contract negotiations. It's moving to their AI negotiating with your AI. No need to even get routine lawyer work involved. And they'll do it in a split second. Here's the offer, here's the counter offer, here's the conditions, boom, done. So there won't be a need for logistics supervisors or in-house HR or the legal mediator. And to me, this is like having nuclear weapons. We all have them. We know we can blow each other up with them, but we kind of need some rules. But from what I was reading, there aren't any rules. They voted that they would keep it lawless and the old wild, wild west for the next 10 years or some shit like that. If you put rules on things, rules are only as good as the people who follow them. I mean, if you decide I'm going to follow the rules, but the other company doesn't, well, then you're not going to follow the rules anymore. So the rule is only as good as who follows them. Any company, any person, any country would have to be trusted that they won't use AI to a certain degree, that they'll set their own limitations. But when money's involved and power's involved, there's no way that's going to happen. So here's what's really going to happen, in my opinion. Most jobs that don't require gloves and arms and legs while you're working, or require a live human for sure, from actors to firemen, those jobs will be gone. They'll be gone. It's like some degrees for higher education will just take care of itself. I mean, what good is a law degree in a real estate law degree or contract law degree when it's just going to be their AI attorney versus your AI attorney and them settling disputes in milliseconds? What good is having that? If I owned a law firm, do I want to pay a bunch of lawyers and give them a salary and have them have all these benefits and give them time off and have to rent office space and office buildings and stuff when I can just have a supercomputer do legal work for me? Holy shit. As an owner, that's fucking fantastic. Great. I just need a room with a lot of electricity and a lot of, an air conditioner that cranks down to 45 degrees. Okay. That's the kind of thinking that's going to be going on, which unfortunately means a lot of people are not going to be filling office buildings anymore. We're in a really weird time right now. I just think that we have this unrealized change going on how the earth works right now versus what it's going to be not so far in the future, and our lifetimes still. And we don't really even know how quickly this will spread. It feels exponential. It feels like it's compiling and just, it's more and more and more, quicker and quicker and quicker. But you know who does know how this is going to play out? Yeah, exactly. AI knows how this is going to play out. You can just ask it. But anyone who is thinking about going to college now or in the next 5 years, they have a lot to think about. What degree do you get that won't be taken over by the bots by the time you get out of school? Digital marketing? Nope. Writing code? Nope, 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 nope. I mean, pretty much all middle skilled, repetitive things that require memorization, templates, predictable workflows, things like that. Those will all be gone. Those will all be gone. AI is going to suck that out immediately. They're already doing that. So then you got the higher end people and the lower end people. And I don't mean higher end as intelligence. I just mean within the company. You got the super people way up there until they start fighting. You got the people down below with the arms and legs and gloves doing the actual work. But there are some degrees that become more valuable. Healthcare will be the biggest one. Skilled. I mean, we need nurses more than we need them now. We're going to need more of them later. But anything in healthcare, you want to get into healthcare in any sort of way, that's always going to be there. Other degrees that are going to be even more valuable than they are now, which is going to make a lot of people go, fuck yeah, it's about time. All the skilled trades, all the skilled labor, plumbers, HVAC, electrical especially, people that are into robotics, that can fix robots, psychology, that's not going anywhere. You got to have a human intervention. Being an entrepreneur, that's not going anywhere. Sales, those types of things. Those are actually going to become more valuable. Oh, you're an electrician? Wow. How much do you make? Oh, I make $250 a year. Oh, you're a plumber? That's amazing. Great. Good for you. How much do you make? Oh, yeah. Who lives in that? I wonder who lives in that house way up there. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's Johnny. He does electrical work for that data center. Oh, wow. Good for him. Good for him. Whose house is this down here? Oh, that's Pam. She worked in HR and she never learned how to do a fucking thing. So pretty much anything that requires human trust, a physical presence, complex judgment, original thinking, those are all safe, if not going to be the top of the employment food chain. If you're already blue collar, like, your time is coming. Other people that have not bothered to learn a fucking thing on YouTube and always call somebody for the dumbest thing, those are the ones that are in trouble, and they're going to need to learn some new skills. For me, if I were starting now in college or high school, I would run to take the trades or get into healthcare. You can use AI to invest your money. Live small, do something with your hands, invest like freaking crazy, and just stop as soon as you feel like you have enough to skate by on. You know what I mean? Actually, you know what I would do? If I had to start now, I would go to college and get a simple business management degree of some sort. And as soon as I possibly can, get out and start buying all the electrical repair companies I can possibly fucking find, if not starting my own. Just get as many electrical repair companies under your watch, under your belt. Own them. Because you're going to have so many electricians, you're going to be so busy, and just own all of those. That's really not a bad plan. Just own something. Own a business that requires physical people, I guess. It doesn't have to be electricians, but just any business that requires a physical person to repair something or do something, perform a task or entertain you or something. You know, I mean, being an owner of a basketball team, that AI is not going to take that. But you can own something small. As long as it has people to make it go, you're good to go. If you don't believe me in all this and you think my opinion's kind of stupid, know who will tell you the same thing that I'm telling you? Yep, the bots. AI. AI has no problem telling you what they intend to take and what they intend to leave because they don't have hands. They know they don't have hands. That's what's fucking scary. They know they don't have hands, so they know what they're going to take and what they're going to have to leave. But if they did have hands and feet and thumbs and could combine with their AI brain, watch out. If they could find a way to incorporate a robot that has all the human qualities and an AI brain, watch out. And here's what's really fucking scary. Who best to build such a machine? Such a robot that can do everything. Who best to build such a robot and know how? Who has the processing power to think that through and to take into consideration every single factor that would work or could go wrong? That's AI. Artificial intelligence manifesting its own destiny right now, today. That's our show for today. Thank you for listening to the I Might Be the Problem show podcast. Feel free to like it and subscribe it. Leave some comments. We do reply. That was fun. We got to do some fun stuff. And we got to do some chatty chats. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.